so many button locks that people have reviewed. So why is this one special? I think that what they have done here with this knife may end up translating into something else in the future that will be perfect for new users. Now, to illustrate this in just a few seconds, if you press a button lock and you press it down, what happens? The blade falls out, right? I promise you, I'm pressing the button and the blade is not coming out. There's a reason for that. And that reason may actually make this one of the better new user knives. Let's talk about it. So before we get started, let's get through the basic stuff. This knife is a pretty decent price. It's in 14C28. It has a fuller on both sides, so you can reverse flick the knife. It has thumb studs, yada yada. It has a pocket clip, which actually is pretty nicely designed. And it's a button lock, but it's not like the button locks that you think. Okay? If I actuate this button lock and I just hold it upside down like this and I press the button, what happens? The blade falls out, right? If I do the same thing with this knife, nothing happens. If I shake it while pressing the button, nothing happens. Something is different here. In the closed position, you notice that the button does not change its position. It was never engaged with the blade until it is opened, right? So something is different here. What's different? If you see inside the frame right here, you have a ball detent right there. And that is actually pressing up against the blade through its entire path. So when you have it open and you press the button, it closes very consistently. It doesn't close very quickly. It does close, just not at the speed that we're used to with button lock knives. Now, for somebody who likes to fidget with their knife, that might be a problem. But here's the thing. This type of mechanism would be a perfect combination for someone who is just starting out and wants to try these things, but not potentially get injured, and they're developing their own muscle memory to kind of keep their fingers out of the way. Okay? I think that this could be the finger-safe mechanism that we've been looking for. A lot of people have said that crossbar locks are great for beginners, and I actually don't agree for a couple of reasons. If the D10 is light enough, or the spring is light enough that you can pull it back easily with one hand, it's also going to pop out a lot easier than you would like. And the mechanism, like you see here, dropping like that, many of us who have been in the community for a long time, we like that kind of action. But not if you're starting out. You want something that's going to move a little bit slower to get used to everything, and definitely don't be intimidating, right? So I think this could be the answer. And there's also knives like the Corsair here from Vostede, which is an amazing crossbar lock knife, but it has such strong spring tension that I certainly would not give this to a new user. And I have to tell you, because my wife tried it, could not unlock the blade because of the spring tension was so high. Now, I can do it from practice. Obviously, I'm pressing it up against my hand, and I've developed a technique, but not everyone can do that. So what we have here is actually something that may end up making its way, at least in my opinion, into a knife that would be perfect for new users, people who are starting out and wanting to try a button lock, but maybe the full-on craziness can be done without, right? So that's kind of my thought. I've been looking for something like this for a while. I have a design that I've been working on to try to capture that group of people, the people who are wanting to try it, but they're a little bit intimidated by some of the blade shapes and mechanisms and everything else. So maybe this is my solution. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Or do you see your significant other or a friend of yours who's not into knives understanding this mechanism and having no trouble utilizing it? See? All that tension the whole way. It's not intimidating. But yet, somebody who knows what they're doing can absolutely still have a lot of fun with it, still do all the cool stuff. So I think they're onto something here. Or at least I am, now that I know that this exists. Anyway, just my little spiel on this cool knife from Remette. It's a good knife by itself, first of all. But I think what it represents is even better. As always, guys, thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.